Two teams with a whole lot of history against each other. Two teams that have truly battled on the diamond over the years. The distant memories of the rivalry have been stoked over the last few seasons in classic style. The battles will continue as long as these two cross-country rivals keep meeting. And tonight, the early season bragging rights and series will be decided by two pitchers who have some pretty good history of their own when these two teams clash. If regular season history repeats itself, then we have a great pitching matchup here tonight as the Phillies get set to wrap up a three-game series against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy along with Chris Wheeler. We'll talk to Sarge about flipping the bat in front of Steve Yeager in just a little bit. This is a great pitching matchup tonight. If history does repeat itself in the regular season wheels, Cole Hamels for the Phillies against Hiroki Kuroda for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah, and Davey Lopes was out. He was out again on that replay, too, just like he was back in '77. Yeah, these two guys, Tom, are very, very good against each other. 2 years ago, Cole Hamels had a tremendous outing. He was matched up against Clayton Kershaw, a really good left-handed pitcher for the Dodgers. This game at Dodger Stadium on one of those beautiful nights, and he was dealing. Now, this is back in the time before he had developed the cutter. He was basically a fastball curveball guy with a great changeup, and that night he had pinpoint location of his fastball and his changeup. He threw more high fastballs back then. Now his fastball's down a little bit, but he totally dominated the Los Angeles Dodgers in that game, helped right there by a really good play by Jimmy Rollins. Under 100 pitches in the ball game, and this is what he's done against the Dodgers in the regular season. Tremendous numbers. He's also pitched pretty good baseball against them in the postseason, so they're familiar with him too.
Yeah, great in the 2008 National League Championship Series. Pretty good in the 2009 National League Championship Series. All right, now Hiroki Kuroda. Boy, has he had the Phillies number in the regular season. Not so much in the postseason, but certainly in the regular season.
Yeah, he has been tremendous. Last year he came close to pitching a no-hit, no-run game against them. Hiroki Kuroda has two different breaking balls. He'll throw a slider and a slurve. He'll elevate his fastball a lot and try to get guys to chase high fastballs. And then he'll come after him with a splitter, which he uses as his changeup. But the whole deal with this guy is if he can locate his fastball and get ahead in the count, he has put away pitches. And he was doing that to the Phillies last year. He was mowing them down in that game at Dodger Stadium. And Shane Victorino finally would come up later on and line this base hit you're going to see to right field and break it up. Joe Torre then would come out and get Kuroda because the air kind of went out of the balloon. But, you know, he did a great job in that game, as he almost always does against the Phillies during the regular season. Look at this right here. 0.68 earned run average. Very good walk strikeout ratio. Not so hot in the postseason, as Tom said, but right now, tonight's a regular season, so the Phillies, they know they have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, collectively, the starting lineup for the Phillies hitting under 100 against Kuroda during the regular season. So it's Hiroki Kuroda against Cole Hamels tonight, the final game of this three-game series. D. Gordon getting the start against the lefty. He had 3 hits last night for the Dodgers. The lineups in first pitch when we return. Phillies baseball. the offensive slump they're in. They have an opportunity tonight to win this series against the Los Angeles Dodgers, and they have a pretty good pitcher getting ready to go to the mound, and that's left-hander Cole Hamels. And as we mentioned, he'll be opposed by a pretty good right-hander with Hiroki Kuroda. Now, the temperatures are warming up here in Philadelphia, as everybody knows who's been around the Delaware Valley today. We'll see if the ball starts flying out at a higher. Phillies have not homered here in the month of June. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Leading it off at shortstop, D. Gordon. Casey Blake, the first baseman, bats second. Andre Ethier hits third, followed by Matt Kemp and Juan Uribe. Marcus Timms is in left field. He'll bat sixth. Hitting seventh is the catcher Rod Barajas. Jamie Carroll bats eighth, and Kuroda will hit ninth for the Dodgers, and they'll face Phillies left-hander Cole Hamels, who is making his 13th start of the year. And you know, some folks on the Nationals level started talking about the year Hamels has had here in 2011, and rightfully so.
Having as good a year as anybody, Tom. His numbers are just through the roof on the positive side, and you know, you will not have any trouble getting loose here in a night like this. And pitch count, very important, because guys can really get tired in a hurry. You could lose your legs on a night like this when you're the pitcher. Should be a great night to hit. Southwest Airlines scouting report. Cole Hamels with his pitches on the downward plane, and he has figured that out. And when he does that, he is really difficult. Career against the Dodgers, pitched great, including a shutout a couple of years ago at Dodger Stadium. And time now for a Nissan keys to tonight's ball game on this really warm night. Been a brutally hot day in the Delaware Valley. Another one expected again tomorrow. Well, two pitchers tonight, and they are both really tough on the teams. Kuroda on the Phillies, Hamels on the Dodgers. And as Tom just said, as bad as that game was last night, you still have a chance to do what you set out to do, and that's win series. But they have to play a little better baseball. Last night was sloppy.
D. Gordon leads off for the Dodgers. He was 3 for 5 last night. He takes the first pitch down low, and we're underway. Charlie Emanuel last night said, "We didn't deserve to win the game. We've got to play better." And Charlie, I was talking to him today about the best record of baseball. He said, "I don't care if we have the best record of baseball," which they don't now. He said, "We got to play cleaner baseball."
Yeah, St. Louis Cardinals have really gotten hot again because of Albert Pujols, and now the Cardinals have the best record.
1-1 the count to Gordon, and he floats one toward left, coming on Ibanez, and he had him played perfectly. What away.
Well, they are playing him well over towards left and left center. You know, he's not a big guy, D. Gordon. He can run, and you have to figure at this point in his career, he can maybe knock the bat out of his hand, and he's going to be late on stuff. So you got to cheat in left field the way Ibanez did. Cole got him to swing at a cutter and got him out.
Well, he certainly made an impression last night, going 3 for 5. Charlie Emanuel said he looked like Mickey Rivers out there. Here's Casey Blake. Blake 1 for 5 in the series. Overall 4 for 14 against Hamels. And he takes one on the outside corner, a changeup for strike one. Mickey Rivers was an outstanding leadoff guy for the Texas Rangers and the New York Yankees.
And quite a character.
And as fast as lightning. And when he, when he would be outside the batter's box, it looked like he was in so much pain when he walked around. And then all of a sudden, like lightning, he'd go up the first base line.
Looked like Jim Brown going back to the huddle. And then he'd outrun everybody or knock them over.
Fastball outside to Blake. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Mickey Rivers had some career off the field too. He had a lot of fun. He was a little eccentric.
Foul ball back behind the plate. Another fastball from Hamels. Casey Blake played third base last night. It's his second game at first. He was ejected from the first game of this series for arguing balls and strikes.
So a lot of stuff away from Casey Blake right now. Changeups, cutters, and they're trying to get him out away, and they're playing him away, pitching him away and playing him away. See that defense there?
Swing and a miss. He got him. Second out of the inning. First strikeout for Hamels. That was a straight change. And there are 2 outs here in the first.
That changeup, because it's supposed to be away a little bit. You see it comes back towards the middle of the plate, and that normally is a pitch you can crush, except it dove about a foot.
Well, after 2 quick outs, Andre Ethier, who didn't play the first game of this series as a starter, did come in late in the game as a pinch hitter. 1 for 4 overall. And he takes a breaking ball for a strike. Back toward the middle. Tough play for Martinez. He gets to it and throws a one-hopper. Not in time. And that'll be a base hit for Andre Ethier. Martinez playing second tonight for Chase Utley. At wheels as Matt Kemp comes up. It's time for a Coors Light Cold Hard Glass.
This put the game away last night. A breaking ball. Matt Kemp stayed back nicely on it. Hit it the other way. It was only a 2-run game at that point. That made it a 4-run game, and it was pretty much over at that point.
Well, Matt Kemp is tied for the league lead in homers with 17. He's tied with Jay Bruce of the Reds. He's also sitting at the top in RBIs, tied with Prince Fielder with 50.
He's had some resurgence this year.
Takes it side, 1 ball, no strikes. And there you see the rankings for Kemp. Tied for first in both home runs and RBIs. He's 5th in the league in hitting at 320.
Total bases, very impressive.
How about that slugging percentage at 596?
That's very good. Well, he's more selective evidently, and you know they came inside with 1 miss, just went outside and missed, and he's not chasing anywhere near the way that he's done throughout his major league career, and he's running more counts where he's ahead. You're ahead in the count, you're going to be a better player.
Hamels try to join Roy Halladay, Giovanni Gallardo, and Kevin Correa. With 8 victories in the National League, he has 7 so far. And a good changeup. That one kept on fading away. And it's 2-2.
Yeah, after 3 straight fastballs working in and out on him, there's Roy Halladay. He goes, as Tom says, with a changeup, and this was a diver down and away. He could throw that changeup a lot of different spots. Well, I think they may want to go through the signs again, see what they come up with. Oh, they're going with combos.
2-2 the count. The pitch. Another changeup. Swung on and missed. Kemp is down on strikes. Second strikeout of the inning for Hamels. And the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit. 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the first. The Dodgers nothing. The Phillies coming up. Lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Leading off in center field, Shane Victorino. Dominic Brown up to the 2-hole. He's in right field. Placido Polanco hits third. Ryan Howard is the cleanup batter. Raul Ibanez is in left field batting 5th. Carlos Ruiz hits 6th, followed by Wilson Valdez, the shortstop, batting 7th. Michael Martinez plays 2nd tonight. He'll hit 8th. And batting 9th and pitching, of course, is Cole. And they'll face right-hander Hiroki Kuroda from Osaka, Japan. 5-6 with a 3.46 ERA.
I don't know. We'll see how he pitches here tonight, but you can toss out those numbers. after what he's done to them in the past, he's really been good against the Phillies. More hits per innings pitched, walk strikeout ratio, not bad. And here's our scouting report from Southwest Airlines on the 37-year-old Japanese right-hander. Good fastball, slider, couple different breaking balls. He'll throw a forkball, a changeup, and those are his numbers against the Phillies, and that's pretty good.
Well, he doesn't give up a whole lot of home runs, and the Phillies during the regular season have not homered against him just yet. Maybe it's an omen, Wheels, because the Phillies are in a power slump. They have not homered in 204 at-bats in 60 innings.
It's a night where the ball will carry, too. At least it was in batting practice.
Here's Victorino. And he takes outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
These guys have a history in one of those playoff games a few years ago when he threw a little bit close to Shane, and there was some yapping going on with the Dodgers players and coaches.
Kind of energized the Phillies at that point. Not that you needed any kind of energy, but it certainly turned the tide, or helped turn the tide in that series.
Well, that's when they felt that Brett Myers had thrown behind Manny Ramirez in a game here, which he did.
2-0 the count to Victorino. Little number foul. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant and Wheels, Jennifer Fowler of Meadowbrook, Pennsylvania. Well, she can win a whopper of dollars if the Phillies hit a home run. $700 is what the McDonald's home run jackpot is up to.
I have a feeling she's going to cash tonight.
That's a lot of dough. 2-1 the count to Victorino. A liner to right. Here comes Ethier, and it hangs up for him. 1 away.
Well, he can't aim him, and he hit it right on the nose. Last night they didn't even hit many balls hard.
Oh, 1 out. Here's Dominic Brown. Charlie Manuel decided to put Dominic Brown up in the 2-hole. He could have put somebody like Michael Martinez or Wilson Valdez up in the 2-hole, somebody that could bunt if Victorino got on, but he was hoping that Dominic Brown would get a pretty good pitch to drive in this spot.
Just trying something different, anything to jumpstart this offense.
Dominic 1 for 7 in the series, and he takes on the inside corner for strike. Victorino talking things over with Ryan Howard. 0-2 the count to Brown. Dominic overall hitting .283, has a home run and 6 runs batted in. Getting a chance to play a lot and playing tonight because the right-hander Kuroda's on the hill. A line drive to right again, and Andre Ethier makes the catch. So back-to-back shots by the Phillies, and they're 2 away.
Yeah, that was a breaking ball there and hung a little bit. It's hard to hit the ball much harder than Victorino and Dominic Brown. They just didn't really get him airborne. There, a couple of screaming liners. There's the breaking ball, and he smokes it. But Ethier, all he has to do is come in a step or two.
Well, now 2 outs, and that'll bring Placido Polanco to the plate. Polanco's hitting .315 this year, 3 homers and 33 RBIs.
That's a good sign, though. You hit enough balls hard, you're going to start getting some base hits. When you've not been hitting it hard the way that they've been going through in a lot of these games, it's not surprising there's so many easy outs.
Yeah, we talked about the numbers in June, and the Phillies certainly are slumping here in June. 206 at-bats now without a home run, but only 7 extra base hits, and that'll tell you that they're not hitting a whole lot hard.
Right, and those 2 balls right there are extra base hits if you can put them in the right spot. And that's what Charlie talks about it all the time. Hey, you make contact, you hit the ball hard, you will get your hits.
So Andre Ethier has retired the first 2 hitters on those line drives. Outside, 2-1 to Polanco. Phillies during June averaging 2.8 runs per game. That's 14th in the league. That's because the Rockies and the Cubs have both scored less runs than the Phillies in June.
Cubs broke their losing streak today. I think it's probably a good thing. You wouldn't want them to come in here losing 9 in a row with a 4-game series. You wouldn't think they'd lose 13.
Well, coming into the game today, and they scored 4 runs today. They'd only scored 6 runs in June.
That's amazing.
Rockies had scored 10.
There have been a lot of teams not hitting much this year.
Grounder over to third, a foul ball.
Or at least going through some serious droughts.
Full count to Polanco. To right field again. This was a little easier for Andre Ethier. Wasn't hit as hard. And the Phillies go down in order to Ethier here in the bottom of the first. So we played one. We go to the second. Dodgers nothing. Phillies nothing. Off here at the top of the second. Phillies and Dodgers. And Uribe swings at the first pitch. Ryan Howard and Carlos Ruiz will give it a look, but it slices out of play a few rows back. And it's 0-1. Uribe 1 for 8 lifetime against Hamels. He's actually had a pretty good series. He's 3 for 8. Hamels overpowers him with a high 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, this guy doesn't have a 2-strike swing either, or any give up in his swing. He takes a same swing, seems like every time, and when he gets his pitch, he can hit a long way, and he can also swing and miss at balls that are nowhere near the strike zone.
Pop up first base side. Ryan Howard over to foul territory. That was a good pitch by Hamels, and there's one away here in the second. Well, the Florida Marlins will be here next week. That's right. What was a 3-game series is now a very important 4-game set because of the rainout on the 16th of April. The Phillies will play a day-night doubleheader on Wednesday, 105 and 705. The 105 game is the makeup from that rainout in April. You can get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com.
Talk about the Cubs being in a funk. So are the Florida Marlins right now. Down. They've lost 6 in a row.
Right, and losing tonight down in Florida to the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, 1-0 early in that one.
Marcus Timms is swinging a miss at a cutter. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Saw Tim's hit list in his last 16. That goes back to the 23rd of April because he was on the disabled list.
He's playing tonight because of the left-hander on the mound, and Loney not playing again tonight. Left-handed hitter, so they moved some people around, putting Casey Blake back at first.
Don Mattingly just trying to get some consistency with his offense.
We seem to be saying that a lot, don't we? With almost every team.
Yeah.
So it's not just here that there are struggles offensively.
1-2 pitch. Cutter inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just seems like it when it's the club you watch all the time.
Over to third base. Polanco to his left. Ball wasn't hit that hard, and there are 2 outs. Toyota Major League Scoreboard. We told you about the Cubs finally winning today. They defeated the Reds 4-1. Kosuke Fukudome, a double and a run scored. Chicago now 24-36. And Aramis Ramirez has been a big topic of conversation. So is Carlos Zambrano, who will pitch Friday against Halladay. It'll be Randy Wells tomorrow against Kyle Kendrick, Zambrano and Halladay, Matt Garza against Cliff Lee on Saturday, and Doug Davis against Roy Oswalt on Sunday.
Matt Garza, guy pitched against the Phillies in the World Series with the Rays.
First pitch to Barajas, a strike.
Zambrano's had some controversy. That didn't seem to follow him, does it?
He pitched so well the other day against the Cardinals, and Carlos Marmol, the closer, blew the save against St. Louis as Barajas smokes one foul down the left field line. And he blew it because he threw Ryan Theriot a slider, which is his best pitch, instead of a fastball, and Zambrano questioned the pitch selection and the heart of the Cubs.
That's really great.
He said everything's fine now, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, it always is with him. He's a great competitor. He's probably the best hitting pitcher. Well, he is. He's the best hitting pitcher in baseball right now, and maybe one of the best of all time.
0-2 the count to Barajas.
A really good job by Hamels and Ruiz there. They kept in to Rod Barajas, and then they threw a little backdoor cut fastball to him there, and he got into an emergency swing and somehow fouled that off. Maybe using pumps as signs tonight.
Got him. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Third strikeout for Hamels. That's the first on the curve, and he retires the Dodgers in order. Hamels deal it tonight. We go to the bottom of the second. It's still 0-0. Four, 5, and 6 due up for the Phillies. Ryan Howard, Raul Ibanez, and Carlos Ruiz. Just a quick injury update for the Phillies. Jimmy Rollins is better. And Charlie thought about putting him in the starting lineup tonight, but they thought better of it and thought maybe they'd give him an extra day. And hopefully Jimmy will be back in the lineup tomorrow when the Cubs come to town. Jimmy was moving around very well before the ball game today after suffering that bruise to his knee in the series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. So Ryan Howard will lead it off as we go to the bottom of the second. Howard hitting .243 with 12 homers and 47 runs batted in. And the first pitch from Hiroki Kuroda. And he pops it foul and out of play. It's no balls and 1 strike. Well, we have the pleasure now of talking to the great Billie Jean King, who's in town and threw out the first pitch tonight. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
How was the first pitch?
Actually, I didn't get to pitch.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were throwing the first pitch out.
I haven't really, you know, I had I had a shoulder operation a few years ago, and I'm really nervous about really throwing. You know, so they were nice to me. I was just out on the field, and I got my jersey.
I was going to say, you got a very nice
39.
jersey. Yeah,
Thank you very
nice.
much.
39 grand slams for Billie Jean King during her career.
There, yeah.
Very cool. And Billie Jean is in town helping to promote the Philadelphia Freedoms in the World Team Tennis League.
Yeah, it's World Team Tennis. It's co-ed. It's men and women on the same team. And pitch. You're going to do the game, too? I love hearing you guys call games.
Well, you have to be a big baseball fan with your brother playing for a dozen years with the Giants. And
I'm always working. Others. I don't get to watch it. You know, it's like I go, I know what I'm going to do when I have time off. I'm going to watch and just not let anybody bother me.
Hey, you used to come to games, though, didn't you, Billy? We used to see you,
yeah,
you know, when Randy would pitch.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. He was a pretty good pitcher, too, for the Giants for a lot of years.
Yeah, I used to get upset with the Phillies for not getting him.
Howard's down on strikes, and he's tagged out.
Giles, Mr. Giles.
That's right.
You didn't take Randy. I'm upset with you.
And one of your biggest fans was a guy who was here for a long time, was Richie Ashburn.
Oh, I love Richie Ashburn.
I know you guys knew each other.
Him.
Yeah, he always wanted to play tennis with you. Did he ever?
I think we did play once, and he was great. And then also Mike Schmidt.
Yeah.
I love hot corner, baby.
Well, there you see some of the particulars on Billie Jean King, owner of World Team Tennis. And we said that the Philadelphia Freedoms will get underway July 7th, right?
July 6th.
July 6th.
Venus Williams, who plays for the Washington Castles, will be here. And then we got Chris Everett coming in to do sponsor stuff on the 12th. We got McEnroe on the 13th. We've got the Bryan brothers, who are #1. Actually, they're the greatest team ever now because they've won more titles than anybody else. And they're mirror twins, so one's a lefty, one's a righty. And they're 6'5", and they're going to be here with the Kansas City Explorers. So those are our visitors. And then, you know, we've got Lisa Raymond on our team, who's a local girl and who's one of the greatest doubles players that's ever lived. And she's rededicated herself because she's kind of, you know, in her late 30s, and she's totally in shape again, fit. She was going to quit, and she's, forget it. I'm going for another, you know.
Oh, good for her keep on playing.
We'll be reading about her at Wimbledon.
Yeah, for people who want to come see the matches, where are you going to play them?
We're going to play at Villanova, the Pavilion. So last year we had 2 horrible nights of rain, and we didn't have to worry about it for the first time. Or I shouldn't say that here, should I?
No, we're okay. We're okay for tonight.
It was great.
Well, and Washington, don't they play outdoors? We drove past it.
Outdoors. No, most of our venues are outdoors, but yeah, the Washington Castles have a whole new brand new stadium on the wharf.
We drove
developing
by it. Yeah.
Oh, you would buy it?
Yeah, it's right by the new ballpark.
Yeah, I've been to a game there too with the Nationals.
Yeah, it's only a couple blocks away. We were watching them build it every time we would go to the ballpark.
Yeah, exactly. The Lerner family.
Mm-hmm. Well, 2 outs here at the bottom of the second, and Carlos Ruiz will be the hitter. How important is it to have, you know, the team tennis, Billie Jean, just for the sport of tennis?
It's really vital because you want kids to see the best. Just like in baseball, when they come out to watch a Phillies game, they get to see the best. And with World Team Tennis, we're in their backyard. They get to come out and play. I grew up in team sports as a child. I think the only way tennis can be a huge sport in the United States of America is be a team sport. When a kid signs up to play tennis, he or she's put on a team, and that's it. And you don't use the word lesson. The word lesson's gone forever, and get rid of it. So it's really amazing how I don't agree with. I mean, I think we really changed. We're doing a 10 and under initiative now. The USTA, which is a national governing body, and they own 25% of World Team Tennis as well. And in the Middle States section, and it's the Middle States section is where Philadelphia is located. We're all working together with this 10 and under initiative.
Well, that's great, and we obviously see Venus and Serena, who have played so well during their careers. But on the men's side, if you get more interest in it as well, I mean, more players will compete against the European talent.
Well, the Americans we used to be the best in the world always, and so it really gets us ticked off. And you've got Asia now. Li Na just won the French. She's the first Chinese person ever. And of course, we knew that was going to happen. Tennis is really global, so we have to compete against the rest of the world. It's not. I mean, baseball isn't as global, but it's getting there. I would like to see baseball back in the Olympics.
That would be great.
Boy, I couldn't believe they put baseball and softball together. Squeeze me.
It was a shame.
That was really sadness.
3-2 the count to Carlos Ruiz. Carlos on the year hitting .246. Wilson Valdez is the on-deck hitter for the Phillies. I was also reading, and I know, the Philadelphia Freedoms, but this is the 35th anniversary. That song the Elton John song was #1.
It's #1 in 1975, and it crossed over to R&B and became #1. Elton used to come and watch me play when I played for the Philadelphia Freedoms, and he would come and he would sit on the bench, and we got a uniform for him. It's like I got my jersey on tonight, and he was like our mascot in a way. Whoa! And one night we're going to one of his concerts. He says, "I want to write a song for you," and I go, "You're kidding, right?" And he goes, "No." And so Elton said, "Why don't we call it Philadelphia Freedom?" I said, "That would be a great gift to the people of Philadelphia."
That's tremendous.
I said, "That would mean the most to me if you do that." And he knows I like the sound of Philadelphia with music. I love Patti LaBelle, for instance. I mean, I've known her since the 60s. I hate to say it, but since the 60s. It's like, getting up there.
Wheels knows what you're talking about, Billie Jean.
Yeah. You don't, right?
I remember a lot of stuff. It's always fun to be with a world-class athlete and talk about a different sport. What was it like for you to compete the way you did and be the best?
Well, I loved it. The challenge that I had is we were starting professional tennis, so I didn't really get to concentrate on my tennis. In fact, it was actually so I'll wait to see what happens out here. To be honest, it was really hard on me because I was always working, trying to create the infrastructure and get sponsorship for our sport and change it. And, I wanted the men and women to be together. When we started professional tennis, the men didn't want the women.
Right.
We were rejected, so we had to go on our own. And it was really scary time and very actually lonely time for a few of us. We were very ostracized by our peers, by associations. It was a rough time.
Outside to Valdez, it's 1-2.
But how do you look back?
It's probably more like what the guys felt in the Negro League or that type of thing. It's just like you're just battling uphill all the time. And then I thank God every day that I could go on the court because it was like my sanctuary.
Is that where that Bobby Riggs thing came from a little bit?
What?
To play against Bobby Riggs?
No, actually, he followed me around for 3 years, and I said, I have no time for you. We're just, we're in a tenuous position here with our pro tennis, and I need to pay attention to that. I don't have time to play you. And he's going, "Oh, no, you love me." And I love Bobby because I love history, okay? So I knew who he was. I knew he's a former #1 Triple Crown winner at Wimbledon. Second World War got in the way of his career. So I'm like, I know this guy can play. He's from Southern California. I knew all about him. I'm like, so it was rough. But so I respected him. That's why I won.
Well, and Whitey wanted to be part of that, too, if he ever had a chance. Billie Jean, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck this year.
Good luck
look forward
to the Phillies.
seeing
You guys are... You can stay #1. There we go. There, I'm getting my little joy.
There it is, the number 39 jersey. Billie Jean King joining us up here in the booth. Scoreless game as we go to the top of the third. Well, back here at Citizens Bank Park, Jamie Carroll takes a fastball for a strike here in the top of the third. No score between the Phillies and the Dodgers. Jamie Carroll hitting 8th tonight. Boy, he's had himself a good year. 308, no homers, and 5 RBIs. 8 for 19 so far in the month of June. He takes a hook for strike 2.
You get 3 hits in a game and you wind up hitting 8th. He was leading off the other night against Cliff Lee, and now he's hitting 8th tonight. But you know they're going to give D. Gordon a chance to lead off because of his great speed.
Yeah, they mentioned the other day that Gordon's up here to be a leadoff hitter until Rafael Furcal comes back, and that may be between 20 and 30 games. A swing and a miss, another strikeout for Hamels. That's 4 strikeouts. Wheels, it's time now for the Dodge Stump the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line. The question is, what 2 Dodger pitchers gave up the 2-run home runs to Victorino and Stairs in Game 4 of the 08 National League Championship Series?
Roy Thomas. Oh no, that was last night.
That was last night. I think one of them, we've seen that video so much, one of them rings in everybody's mind.
Yeah, that one's pretty easy.
Here's Kuroda, 2 for 26 so far this season. One and 2 the count. One-two pitch to Kuroda. Little nubber up the first base line. Hamels just follows it. Takes it to the bag himself.
That was a man totally under control there. I mean, see, laughing about it a little bit, but he knows he has a pitcher coming up the line behind him that he's certainly going to be able to get to first base well ahead of. So you can see the only thing he was trying not to do there was miss the baseball.
Or miss the bag.
Or miss the bag. Watch how under control he is here. A little spinner going up the line. Now Kuroda is running it out, but he knows he's way ahead of him there, and there's no way the guy can beat him to the bag. He said he's sorry.
I think he said sorry to Ryan Howard. Yeah.
Hey, anytime you can avoid an exchange between the pitcher and the first baseman, they're taught avoid it.
Even as simple as that.
Right. Why do it? Something could go wrong.
D. Gordon fly to left his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Takes outside and low. 1 ball, no strikes. Gordon down in the minor leagues hit .315 this year. Stole 22 bases for AAA. Little high, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Wheels, I'm not sure if maybe they got him a pair of pants that fit tonight.
Well, they love those. All these guys like to wear these pajama pants now, but those look exceptionally baggy.
To center field, that's hit pretty well, but playable for Victorino, and he makes the catch, and Hamels has an easy 1-2-3 inning. So he retires the Dodgers in order for a second straight inning. 7 in a row set down by Hamels as we go to the bottom of the third. HD triple play provider of the Phillies. By the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play Hot 100,000, the new instant game for the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. And by Citizens Bank. We're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. Last of the third. Michael Martinez leads it off for the Phillies. Then Cole Hamels, then the top of the order against Hiroki Kuroda. And so far, it's kind of what we expected between these two starters. Sometimes even when a starter does not have great numbers, but has a great history against a team, that plays into his confidence level. And in Kuroda's case, that may be happening.
Well, he threw 2 bullets in a semi-liner in the first inning and got away with it. So that can help your confidence.
1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Martinez. A switch hitter batting left-handed against Kuroda.
A lot of the Japanese pitchers we've seen over the years that really like to have that little hesitation in their delivery, and you know it can cause some confusion to a hitter. Because one thing the hitter wants to do is pick up the baseball as quickly as possible, and when all that stuff's going on, let's face it, it's a little harder to find the release point.
Got a piece of that to stay alive, and it remains 1-2. You wonder, Two Wheels, because you're right. I mean, a lot of Asian pitchers throw this way. Why it hasn't been picked up in the States as often?
Yeah.
Different styles.
Boy, the guy that really had a great delivery like that was Nomo when he first came over.
Swing and a miss, and Martinez is the 3rd strikeout victim of the night for Kuroda. Well, last night we talked to Marty Wolliver, the director of scouting for the Phillies. Here are the final picks for the Phillies, and there are some recognizable names on that list, including Andrew Amaro, who is Ruben Amaro's nephew. And how about Collier Stevenson, the last pick in this year's Major League Baseball draft, the last pick for the Phillies as well. And Collier is the son of the great Video Dan Stevenson.
That's great.
Emmy Award-winning videographer for the Phillies.
Always say you've been drafted by a major league team.
Collier is from Ocean City High School and throws pretty well. Is scheduled to go to Alvernia College. And there was a big story on him on MLB.com because he was the last pick in the MLB draft overall. And there are a couple of guys that were the last pick during specific years, like Don Wakamatsu, that made it to the major leagues
and became a manager later.
Swing and a miss, and Hamels is rung up. 2 outs. Ruben Amaro has a couple of very talented nephews, one of which is at the University of Virginia.
Right.
And then, of course, Andrew. I didn't see anybody on there from the Galapagos Islands. Though,
no, they didn't make it this year. The draft hasn't reached there yet.
It will.
Billie Jean King was saying what an international game tennis is. Maybe they play tennis on the Galapagos Islands. That was fun having her in here. You know, what a great athlete.
How about the winner of the 2009 Presidential Medal of Freedom?
That's another thing. Yeah, I never got to that part, but I'm sure that had to be a kick.
Presented to her at the White House by President Barack Obama.
Stan Musial was presented with one of them this year.
0-2 the count to Victorino. And we didn't talk to Billie Jean King about this also, but she is a graduate of the same high school that produced Chase Utley.
Yep.
That is one talented high school.
Two pretty good athletes right there.
Well, Billie Jean, Randy Moffett, Chase Utley, Milton Bradley, Mark Carrier, the football player.
Her brother, Randy Moffett, was a pretty good pitcher.
Swing and a miss, and Kuroda just struck out the side. 3, 4, and 5. Those are the strikeouts for Kuroda here in the third. We move on to the fourth. Casey Blake is due to lead it off. Shredder, featuring hands-free shredding. Who but WB Mason. Top of the fourth, a scoreless game. Cole Hamels has struck out 4. Hiroki Kuroda has struck out 5. Hamels has done it with his changeup and curve. Kuroda, well, he just did it with his changeup in the bottom of the third. Here's Casey Blake to lead it off, and he takes a strike. Gary Matthews joins us up here in the booth, and Sarge, some pretty good pitching or offenses that are really struggling?
Oh, I tell you, they're just struggling. Not just with the fighting fields, but again, this is all over baseball. Talking to some of the hitting coaches around the league, I understand Thad Bosley got fired and hasn't been on the job 2 months. Hitting coach had guys complaining. I've always thought that it's up to the individual to be able to go out there and hit. Can't always blame it on the hitting coach. And just supposedly guys were complaining about his style of teaching.
Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Hamels. That's 5 for Cole. One away here in the fourth. That is kind of surprising, Sarge. It's early, you know, and I know some teams may not have patience, but boy.
Let's take a look at this pitch here as he's got that ball moving down and in. That ball looks like it's going to be out over the plate, and then all of a sudden it darts back on the inside and out of the zone. Those are those pitches that are difficult to hit.
1 ball, no strikes, the count to Andre Ethier. Ethier reached on an infield single his first time up. He's got the only hit in the game. And it's 1-1. You know, the sad part about Thad Bosley losing his job in Texas is that he was without Josh Hamilton, Nelson Cruz for a good part of the year.
Well, Andy McPhail, president of the Cubs, told me once that the hitting coach is always the first one to go.
I guess you found that out a couple of times.
Well, I thought he was kind of joking, but he wasn't joking. You know, and again, a lot is put on the offense on all the teams. Sure, it starts on the hill with the pitching. But you got to have guys to be able to hit the balls, to score runs, and not only that, good at bats. If you have good, solid at bats, eventually you're going to go on and you're going to get hits.
3-1 pitch to Ethier. Up the first base line. That's a fair ball. Howard will take it to the bag himself. 2 outs. So 2 outs here in the 4th. It'll bring Matt Kemp to the plate. Kemp struck out his first time up. One of 5 strikeouts for Cole Hamels.
You know, being that hitting coach too, Tom, you take a lot of pride in the guys that you're trying to teach to do well. You know, and not just 1 or 2 of them, but all of them. But if guys have problems, and in today's age, if you're going one-on-one with a guy and you're able to talk stern, that's fine. You sit in front of some guys, boy, you got a lot of problems. And I think really overall with Milt, a lot of that had to do, I think, with him leaving. It's just going back and forth with players. You don't want to do that in front of people. For me, I find it not productive when you're doing that.
Just off the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike to Matt Kemp. That's a good fastball right there in a good spot.
More importantly, a good spot. That fastball, 93. You know, just like with our hitters, you get ahead of them, you're able to get them out on balls that you don't always have to throw strikes on.
Hit hard to shortstop, but right at Wilson Valdez. He didn't have to move a muscle to make that play. And another 1-2-3 inning for Cole Hamels. He's retired 10 in a row. It all began in the 1st. It continues through the top of the 4th. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. The nation's fastest mobile broadband network. By Chevrolet. See your local Chevy dealer or visit ChevyDealer.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards. Unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. A lot of traffic around the Delaware Valley. It's always good to leave early, Sarge.
Yeah.
A lot of the folks here were stalled by some crumbling roadways around the Delaware Valley earlier today. Not everybody. Another sellout here at Citizens Bank Park as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Phillies still looking for their first hit against Hiroki Kuroda. This is becoming commonplace against Kuroda.
Well, the difference, though, they have been hitting some of the balls hard. You know, you just have to hit it hard. You can't guide where it goes.
That's hit hard, but right at shortstop to D. Gordon. And 1 out here in the 4th. Hey, voting is now open for the 2011 All-Star Game in Phoenix. Help send your favorite Phillies to this year's All-Star Game by voting up to 25 times at Phillies.com. Visit Phillies.com and cast your ballot now for your 2011 All-Stars. Vote early, vote often. Vote today at Phillies.com. I've said over and over again, Sarge, that if there was online voting when you were a major league player, you would have made more than one All-Star game.
Well, I don't know about that. I always felt I should have made more than one, but just to get there at one time is just a great, great feeling.
Well, and for a lot of the Phillies players, they've been there more than one time, and for them, it's becoming a habit to get to the game. They're getting used to it, so if they don't go, it's going to be kind of strange.
Yeah, well, it's always fun when you go, whether or not you've been there once, whether or not you've been there 10 times. It's just an honor for the fans to be able to pick you and then you to go and be there with the best of all your peers.
And a reminder, if you're coming out to the ballpark this week, there's a kiosk, the All-Star kiosk down in section 112, where you can punch out 75 different ballots and get yourself some wristbands. And that's up until Friday here at the ballpark. 2-0 the count to Polanco. And it's 2-1. Are those ballots that we're talking about? That's old school right there, Sarge.
Yep. He's studying it pretty good.
He sure is. And there's the first hit of the night for the Phillies. A line drive to right for Placido Polanco. Well, last year during the regular season, it took until the 8th inning for the Phillies to get their first hit against Kuroda. And tonight, it takes until the 4th.
Yeah, been able to hit his spot so far. Time high fastball. Out of the zone. Polanco inside out swing. You've seen him hit that ball to right field so many times. One of the reasons he's hitting 300. Uses all parts of the field.
Ryan Howard struck out his first time up. 0 for 12 now lifetime against Kuroda. Probably wouldn't do it with Polanco at first, but Kuroda's a guy you can run against.
Well, I think if they get a jump, and you're right, you want to go on and try and get in scoring position. Preferably like to try and steal when he's going to throw the breaking pitch, or off-speed pitch.
This time he comes in with a fastball outside. 1-0 to Howard.
You know, notice when you're swinging bad at different pitches, the scouting reports, guys will come in and do the same thing. Kuroda, you see him throwing balls down and in to Ryan Howard because he's been swinging at that pitch. Got to make him get it up.
Down and in there. That's how he got him the first time with the strikeout. And now it's 2 balls and no strikes to Ryan. Ryan had 27 RBIs at the end of April. He was also hitting .290 at the end of April. As Raul Ibanez waits on deck. Since that time, he's only picked up 20 RBIs. That's through the month of May and now the first week in June. So he's due to get hot, you would think. 3-0 the count to him. He got the green light and he fouls it away.
You're going to make outs. You just want to be aggressive making outs. But more importantly, you want to be able to try and, you know, hit a strike. You want that pitcher to work. You don't want him to just think he can throw any pitch up at the plate and you're going to swing at it.
Well, he just asked the whole plate umpire if that pitch was a strike, and it was, but was it the strike that he wanted to hit?
Well, that ball is in. If he's looking in, yes. And most of the time, you're kind of looking just about out over the plate, maybe a little middle in, and then you don't want to be late on it. So therefore, you want to be out in front and really solid contact to the 3-0 pitches. 3-0, 2-0, all your hitting counts.
Well, here it's 3-1, a good hitting count for Howard. And he fouls it away up to the upper deck.
Just late. That's a good pitch to hit. I thought he had a pretty good swing. Sometimes as hitters we try and be a little bit too careful.
That young lady picks up a free baseball up in the upper deck. That's a pretty good shot. Not like the catch last night, though. Boy, that was
awesome.
That was awesome.
Oh, you could tell too, though. She had done that before. Wonder if Wills saw that catch at all.
Which one? The one last night the young lady made?
Been over with that, where the glove that was broken in. Had to have been envy of that catch.
Well, Wheels saw it. It was in the 8th inning. Sarge.
Yeah, well, I know that. I'm just, he could have been looking the other way. He didn't have to really see it. He ducks a lot when balls are hit in different areas.
All right, well, if Wheels didn't see it last night, here you go.
I got to tell you, this is just unbelievable.
That's a really good catch.
And you call that a snow cone. And look at her. She's looking at it like she can't believe her friends. Everybody can't believe it. Oh, boy.
Three balls, 2 strikes the count. Polanco doesn't go, and a swing and a miss. Polanco goes now. He'll advance to second on a wild pitch. 6th strikeout for Kuroda. Hey, every weekday starting at 12:30, feed your hunger for Phillies sports without leaving your desk. Tomorrow, Rob Ellis stops by to talk Phillies, Sixers, Flyers, and Eagles. Take a lunch break with Rhea Hughes tomorrow starting at 12:30, only on csnphilly.com. There's a lot of things to talk about here in Philly, not only with the Phillies in this long homestand. The reports that the Sixers are up for sale.
Yeah.
And Rob and Rhea will get everybody caught up very quickly. Quietly, the NFL has been meeting, and plus the NBA finals are all even at 2.
Well, they always say, well, we're having a meeting. They don't want anybody to know, and everybody knows about the meetings. What's the big deal?
Well, I guess they figured the less people know officially, the less people will be involved officially.
Well, they're no fun. Anytime you go through work stoppage, it's just not a fun thing to go through.
1 ball, no strikes the count to Ibanez. Ibanez toward left center field, and it's playable for Marcus Timms. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. Phillies do get their first hit of the night against Hiroki Kuroda. They leave one in scoring position, and we head on to the 5th. Hey, tent packages offer a unique opportunity to attend some of the most popular games of the season. For information on the tailgate at the tent, go to Phillies.com/tailgate. The package includes pregame tailgate in the Phillies party tent with music, buffet menu, beer and soft drinks, plus to one of several high-demand Phillies games. So much available at Phillies.com. Not only what's going on with the ball club, but also a lot of things that are going on outside the ball field. Top of the fifth, Uribe bats for the second time. He popped out his first time up. And the 1-0 pitch to him. Change up outside, 2-0. That's a towering foul ball deep down the left field line. That went into the arcade level just above the suites. And it's 2-1. A changeup or a breaking ball, I guess. Yeah, that's a curve. That's 76 miles per hour.
No, it's just good to see he's able to get that pitch over as he gets the ball out of the zone. You know, to have the confidence to throw the curveball, and obviously bread and butter, that fastball and changeup. You mix in that curveball, just gives that hitter something else to think about.
Changeup, swung on and missed. There's the bread and butter for Hamels. Strikeout number 6. One gone here in the fifth. This is kind of shaping up like Cole's last outing against the Pirates.
Right, he set him up after a breaking ball changeup as it goes down and away. Uribe just swinging hard as he possibly can.
That ball's hit hard to short from the edge of the outfield. Grass Valdez showing off the gun. That's 12 in a row, retired by Hamels.
Well, you just see the confidence and the way that he has grown over the years in pitching. Around that plate. Got a good fastball. You really don't care who you face.
Well, you think back to the 2008 National League Championship Series, Sarge, even the World Series, but the Championship Series. You know, Hamels, the MVP, was 2-0 with a 1.93 ERA against the Dodgers. I mean, he was the best pitcher in the postseason.
Oh, no, without a doubt. Yeah, and I remember interviewing him, and he was talking about how much fun he was having out on the mound. Well, I guess so. When you're doing what he was doing, that is fun.
0-1 pitch to Barajas. Low, 1 ball, 1 strike. You know, then you think back to 2009. He didn't have as good a year, and in the postseason he was 1-0 in 2 games against the Dodgers, an ERA of just under 7. But he certainly bounced back last year and has done the same this year.
Oh well, you know, young. I mean, the pitchers are young, but again have good control. And, well, he's had that. Well, let's face it, Hamels has just he's had pretty good control. Now, just actually trying to refine his pitches. You know, knowing when to throw a strike, knowing when to be aggressive, when to back off.
Two and two the count. Just barely got a piece of it.
Well, you see that swing right there with 2 strikes. That's one of the reasons why a lot of guys are hitting for a higher average. Well, you want to try and cut down your swing when you get 2 strikes. Well, still swinging very hard.
Off the end of the bat, that's going to drop into right center field, a base hit. It ends a string of 12 in a row, retired by Hamels, and a 2-out single for Barajas. So the number 8 hitter, Jamie Carroll, will be the batter. Carroll takes low, 1-0. Sarge, last 5 starts counting tonight. Hamels 7 earned runs in 33 2/3 innings. That's an earned run average close to 2.
Yeah, he's been pitching very well, and again, he's got good command on just about all of his pitches.
Into foul territory. Howard and Martinez. It's Howard who bobbled it and then picked it out of the air. Oh boy. Michael Martinez came over and wondered, should I call him off? He let it go. Howard squeezed a little too soon. The ball popped out, but Ryan was able to react quick enough to make the grab with the bare hand. Here in Philadelphia, Dodgers with 2 hits. One was an infield hit. The Phillies with 1 hit, and that's been it against Hiroki Kuroda and Cole Hamels. We head to the bottom of the 5th. The Phillies will send Ruiz, Valdez, and Michael Martinez to the plate, trying to get something going for this offense. Phillies have gone 217 at bats since their last home run on the 31st of May by John Mayberry, who's playing down in Lehigh Valley tonight against the Durham Bulls. Ruiz walked his first time up, and he takes a fastball for a strike. That was a slider from Kuroda.
He's been doing a good job. He's throwing high strikes, but then he's working that outside part of the plate. And every now and then he comes in.
Came back with another slider. It's 2-2. Kuroda, as we mentioned during the early part of this ball game, is from Osaka, Japan. His dad was a professional ball player in Japan, as Ruiz hits one toward the first base side and Casey Blake makes the catch. So 1 away. So 1 out here in the 5th. Time now for a Coors Light freeze can. Sarge, how do you think Ryan Howard felt on this pop-up?
Well, when it's going up there, you got a little beat. I got it. No, it doesn't almost hit his glove. And let me tell you, you feel fortunate. You're catching it that way. One of the reasons, I guess, Sutcliffe wanted to take my glove or whatever he said to Chapel, but it's results that count. Okay?
Coors Light Freeze Can brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. I guess you don't have a whole lot of time to think about what 45,000 are thinking, but
you don't want to drop it.
You don't want to drop it.
Oh no. Been on both ends of those.
The bobble and the catch and the drop.
And the drop. It depends on the situation on whether or not it's funny or not. You're winning 7-8-0, okay. But you're down a couple of runs and you're charging that pitcher to pitch to more hitters. That's just no fun.
Well, you remember the '80 World Series with Bob Boone over toward the dugout. Had that ball pop out of his glove, and Pete Rose plucked it right out of the air.
Yeah, Bob said that Pete should have been over there anyway. It was his ball.
Well, you said it was all about results, Sarge. That was it.
Well, it is too, though.
Little number foul. Remains 0-2. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, we go to South Florida where the Braves lead the Marlins 2-0. Alex Gonzalez has an RBI, a couple hits, and Marlins still looking for their first hit of the night against Derek Lowe. In New York, the Red Sox continue their dominance over the Yankees. It's 6-0 in the top of the fourth. One and two the count to Valdez. Up the third base line. That'll be a tough play. Kuroda off the mound, bare hands, and throws in time to get Valdez. That's a really good play. There are 2 outs.
Well, he goes over, takes his time. I mean, that's what you want to do for you youngsters. Never panic. First thing you got to do, catch the ball, then you can throw it. See, he gets him by plenty. You panic in that situation, might kick the ball, throw it away. Got to get the ball before you can do anything else with it.
Now 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 5th. Michael Martinez, he struck out his first time up, one of 6 strikeouts for Kuroda, who's allowed just the 1 hit. That was to Polanco in the 4th. Down the left field line, Marcus Timms runs out of room. Good thing you have the sunglasses on his head, Sarge.
Well, I tell you, they really like that baseball. Really makes them happy when you're able to catch a ball in the stands. I think the adults get happier than some of the kids that are there at the game.
That's hit hard. That's a fair ball down the first base line, headed to the corner. Ethier thought it would hit the half wall. Martinez around second. He's going to get to third. Michael Martinez slides head first into third. It's his first major league triple, and it comes with 2 outs here in the 5th.
Pulls his hands in on an inside fastball, gets it right down the line. Take a look at how it starts to kick, and then it's probably going to die right there as it kicks around. By then, he's off and flying just like Superman.
Well, he is safe and secure at third, safe and secure with New York Life. All right, so now with Martinez on third, how about Cole Hamels? Helping the Phil's offense out with 2 outs here in the 5th. Why not? He came in hitting .286 on the year.
Oh, yeah.
In the dirt, 1 ball, no strikes. Now, Kuroda has thrown 5 wild pitches coming in. He has 1 tonight, so 6 overall. And with that slider or that split, he is a candidate to maybe uncork one.
Now, you would think, too, on Cole, even though he struck him out either on a split or a slider that was down and in, he's going to pop some fastballs at him.
There's a fastball in the inside corner, 1-1. Cole's a little frustrated with himself, but that was a tough pitch.
Well, hit ball up and in. I don't know if that's a pitch you want to swing at, although Martinez got those hands through and pulled it right down the right field line.
That was probably a little better pitch for him.
Good swing, just a little late. Cole had a pretty good swing at it. You can see that little spot there on his bat. He's been hitting that ball in the sweet spot quite a bit. And players that haven't been hitting, you can see the little nicks off the end of the bat.
It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hamels. Martinez over at third. Barajas kept it around him. Martinez broke for a moment and then stopped. 3-2.
Yeah, that's that either split or slider that he struck out, the last time. Martinez doing a good job, though, anticipating that ball in the dirt like you talked about.
That's a good play by Barajas.
Good play. Barely was able to find it. That ball skipped through. Martinez's speed, he'd score with no problem.
3-2 the count to Hamels. Inside, ball 4, and the inning continues. Rod Barajas going out to talk to Hiroki Kuroda with Victorino due up. Davey Lopes. Maybe a word of advice for Trey Hillman and Don Mattingly on how to pitch to Victorino.
Yeah. Well, Victorino's hit the ball hard off of him. He's broken up a no-hitter in the 8th inning last year in Los Angeles.
Sarge, that was interesting watching Davey Lopes tell Don Mattingly, Trey Hillman, giving him some advice. That's what happens when you switch teams.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all you're thinking about now is just winning yourself. Any secrets that you've had, you're going to make sure you let that other team know. And that's the way it should be. I mean, we talked about that before when Larry Bowa went over to New York. First thing he told Gooden, hey, they got your curveball. Stop throwing that finger up. Well, he wants to win when you're on that opposition, and that's the way it is.
First and third, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Victorino 0 for 2. In the dirt, 1 ball, no strikes. What do you think Davey's advice to Mattingly and Trey Hillman was?
Don't throw him a strike. Well, a lot of times, too, with runners in scoring position, we've seen Victorino get a little bit anxious at times.
Well, he's thrown 2 fastballs out of the strike zone.
Let's see if he comes back with another fastball or if he comes with an off-speed pitch. Seen Victorino pop those up before, so if he's smart, still look for that fastball, and if he can, unless it's up in the zone, yeah, let that soft stuff go.
Saw the is at third, first career triple. Hamels at first, his first walk since 09. The 2-0 pitch at the knees, 3 straight fastballs. I'm a little surprised.
Well, pretty good pitch to swing at. Ball was a ball that was moving away. Maybe Victorino thinking it's a little bit too low. Got the luxury to be able to take a pitch 2-0 if you don't like it.
Whoa, that went right on by Victorino, and Martinez hesitated. The throw hit Victorino. I don't know what Michael Martinez saw, but he was stuck. He should have scored easily from third.
Well, the ball did come back to him, but you're right. As the way it turned out, he would have scored. Always on third base. Anticipate. Don't know where he was trying to throw this ball there. I still think you got to take a chance.
I agree.
And go on and go. He came back, but, you know, those situations there with no score, you take chances. And the way that it turned out, yeah, he would have scored. Easy to say afterwards. But he's thinking, hey, coming back, I would have been thrown out.
All right, is that the thing? He's thinking that ball hit the wall. It came back to Barajas. If he turns and makes a clean throw, I'm out, and there goes the chance.
Well, I mean, look, almost bang, bang, or it was going to be. Take a look now as it comes back. It's StubHub right there. He throws the ball without even looking.
So they walk Victorino intentionally. So you would have gone. You would have gone.
Well, I would have tried. I mean, you're already almost half the way, but again, judgment on the runner, and it is up to him on whether or not he thinks he can score. Yeah, I don't know where he was trying to throw the ball. Threw the ball behind him.
Well, Juan Samuel talking with Martinez at third. Hamels over at second. And Victorino at first. Rick Honeycutt out to the mound to talk about Dominic Brown, who's 0 for 2 up here with the bases loaded.
Well, probably high fastballs to him. Maybe lay off with the soft stuff. He's hit 2 balls pretty hard so far. Line drive to right. Smoked the ball to the shortstop. Martinez thinking whether or not I should have gone or not gone. I'll take a look as that ball goes behind Victorino. See, I just think you got to go. I don't know. For me, I mean, he was almost halfway, hadn't got the ball. He's got to turn and fire. He knows he has a fast runner. And guess what? It's a bang-bang play. Either he throws it right there, you're out, and if he doesn't, you're going to be safe.
Well, the ball wound up hitting Victorino. If it didn't hit him, it may have gone past the mound.
Yeah.
So the bases are loaded. Dominic Brown's the hitter. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Outside, ball 1. Brown hit the ball hard his first time up to right. Actually hit the ball hard his second time up, a grounder to shortstop.
Yeah. Both balls, though, he hit, Tom, they were down in the zone. Now, the ball that he's been having problems with are the balls that are up in the zone, up and in.
Well, there you go.
That's no secret. I mean, the way that he has his bat and it's up in that particular position, he invites pitchers to throw fastballs up and in. Now, if he ever learns to where he control and hit that ball that's up and in, he'll be devastating. He already can hit that low pitch. All speed or the low fastball, he seems to be right on it.
A lot of pitches in this inning. We showed you a moment ago Kuroda's numbers in this inning alone. So they're making him work, but boy, they got to make it pay a little bit here too. Two and one the count.
One of the problems, the pitches that have been hittable are the ones that have been fouled back.
In the dirt, 3-2. Barajas blocks another one. Martinez, he'll be breaking on this pitch. So will Hamels. So will Victorino.
Pressure's on the pitcher to throw a strike. Pressure on the batter not to swing at a ball that would be in the dirt. Should get a fastball right here.
Everybody on their feet. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count. 2 outs here at the bottom of the 5th. The runners go. In the air to right center field. Ethier on the run. Will it hang up there? It will. And he makes the catch, and Kuroda works out of what should have been a big inning for the Phillies here at the bottom of the 5th. They leave the bases loaded. We go to the 6th. Call on when you're in need of a quick change of fate. Every team goes through struggles, and every 5th day, Roy Halladay is there to make sure the struggles are kept to a minimum. His determined 7-inning performance at Pittsburgh put an end to the Phillies' losing streak, and once again showed why he is so valuable. Doc was dazzling again, and it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Now more than ever, we're here for you every step of the way. Well, Doc will pitch this weekend against the Chicago Cubs. The Phillies, though, are trying to get a victory going into the Cubs series. In fact, win this series. There's Doc. He'll face Carlos Zambrano on Friday night. Oh, in between innings, the Fanatic was involved in a pretty good skit that featured Mike Jones. Oh, look at that. Fanatic coming over to help out.
Oh, boy.
The undisputed champion from Los Angeles went down hard. Hiroki Kuroda takes a strike. It's 0-1. Fanatic used to do that bit with where he slammed the Dodger helmet. Because Tommy Lasorda hated that, the manager of the Dodgers.
Oh, boy.
That was always a good one that he brought out.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Dodger blue.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Talked to Davey Lopes about that and says, hey, I respect that. And usually the teams that did a lot of winning, you didn't particularly care for.
Two and 2 the count to Kuroda. Swing and a miss. He's down on strike 7. Strikeout for Hamels. 1 away here in the 6th. Now the Toyota Major League scoreboard. Braves lead the Marlins 2-0. Derek Lowe's no-hitter is through 6. So they go to the 7th in Florida.
All right, at this rate, I won't have hardly any hitting coaches at the end of the season.
Well, it's Ricky Nolasco against Derek Lowe, so that's a pretty good matchup down there. As Dee Gordon bunts foul, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're talking guys that aren't able to just really blaze the ball by you with Sandy Koufax and Bob Gibson, those kind of guys. Even
He butted at it again. He missed it, and it's 0-2.
Well, one thing I can see he does have, and that is pretty quick hands.
Oh, the fans have brought their fans.
You know what?
You have to find your fan.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. I'm going to break it out.
Swing and a miss. He blew a fastball by him. Strikeout number 8 for Hamels. 2 outs. The baseball term for fanning.
Yeah, this is overmatched right there. Fastball. A little different swing he has on the left-handed pitcher.
Pop up right side. Howard calls off everybody else, makes the catch. Another easy inning for Cole Hamels. 1, 2, 3 go the Dodgers. We've played 5.5 here in Philadelphia. Hamels has had it easy so far on the mound. So is the Fanatic. Let's see if the Phillies offense can find their punch. I'm loving it. By WB Mason. Who bought WB Mason for amazingly low office product prices? And by the Quality Plus Ford stores. Last of the 6th, still scoreless. Phillies and the Dodgers. Let's take a look at a comparison between these two pitchers. Both have been very good. No offense to Hiroki Kuroda because he's been strong tonight. I just think Cole Hamels has been absolutely dominant tonight.
Well, I mean, again, this is start after start. When you look at the way that Cole has been pitching, somebody needs to be thinking about a game-winning hit. Get some base runners. See if you can get him back into trouble again and push some runs across for Cole.
Well, he labored in the 5th and didn't allow a run. Let's see if that has a carryover effect here in the 6th with Polanco, Howard, and Ibanez. Phillies have gone 65 innings since their last home run. 221 official at-bats. That's a long time. Last year, they had a stretch charge of 68 innings between home runs.
Well, the power guys just not having it right now, making solid contact. Got to hit that ball consistently hard before it starts to travel out of the ballpark.
Grounder toward third, a foul ball. Third base umpire Jeff Kellogg made that call.
Well, talked about a game of inches. See exactly where the ball went. Boy, just foul. You see it on the other side of the third base bag.
Jeff Kellogg's the crew chief of this umpiring crew. And now it's 0-2 to Polanco.
44,751. 4475.
Polanco has one of the 2 hits for the Phillies tonight. He's 1 for 2. And he's down on strikes. 7 strikeouts for Kuroda. Coming into this ballgame, Kuroda had struggled in his last 17 innings. He allowed 25 hits and 13 runs in those 17 innings. That's 3 starts. But he kind of found something last start when he allowed just a couple of runs on 6 hits. But his stuff hasn't been overpowering.
Not overpowering, but he's had his pitches in pretty good spots. Not only that, he has confidence when he pitches against the fighting fields. He's had some success.
In the air to right field. Ethier going back. The home run drought is over. Ryan Howard, a solo home run, and the Phillies have taken the lead here in the bottom of the 6th.
That's got to make him feel good after missing fastball after fastball on the inside part of the plate. You know, he finally gets one to his liking. He's so quick and strong. Didn't get that ball on the barrel, but got it out of the ballpark. Just take a look at it. See where the pitch is as he gets his hands through. Oh, yeah. There's that percolating sound.
First hit ever for Howard against Hiroki Kuroda. And Ryan, with that pump fist, has just won $700 for Jennifer Farrell of Meadowbrook, Pennsylvania. Compliments of the McDonald's home run jackpot. And Ibanez sends the next pitch over the head of Matt Kemp. It's raining extra base hits. A double for Ibanez, and he's aboard with 1 out. Mike McDougal's been throwing this entire inning.
Starting to miss those spots a little bit. Getting that ball out over the plate. Extension for Ibanez. No chance for Matt Kemp, center fielder, to get that ball as he plays the carom right off of the wall. Doubles all he can get.
And Ibanez safe and secure at second. Safe and secure with New York life. Riccati cut checking the bullpen to see if McDougal is ready. Rod Barajas was just out killing some time. Ryan Howard's home run is 13th of the year, his 48th RBI of the season. He's 4 RBIs now away from 800 for his career. Phillies had not homered in the month of June. And maybe that'll loosen some things up. Don Mattingly is going to loosen up his bullpen because that looks like it's going to be it for Hiroki Kuroda. Heading out to the mound. And it looks like he's going to lift the right-hander. So the Phillies strike first here at the bottom of the 6th. I'm not sure if Mattingly really liked that. Kuroda walking off the mound.
No, Kuroda a little bit upset about it. He turned around and looked to see who was warming up.
I don't think Mattingly had a signal to the pen yet. I think he wanted to give McDougal a little more time. He's saying something to Eric Cooper, the home plate umpire. This is kind of odd. There we go. I guess he was letting him throw a few more before he decided to make the change. Now Kuroda can head off the mound. We have a pitching change here at Citizens Bank Park. The Phillies are leading at 1-0. Raul Ibanez is on second. They lead at 1-0 though because Ryan Howard has just gone yard for the first time since the 30th of May. Phillies lead at 1-0 and we have a pitching change. Park, the Phillies had finally gotten to Hiroki Kuroda in the regular season. They hit their first ever home run against him during the regular season. It was a home run by Ryan Howard. Then Raul Ibanez followed with a double. So Kuroda's out of the ball game with the Phillies up 1-0 here in the bottom of the sixth. Mike McDougal's the new pitcher for the Dodgers. This is his second ball game in this series. 0-1 at 2.21 ERA. He's allowed 19 hits and 20 in the third. Phillies are hoping to tack on now that they have the lead here in the bottom of the sixth. So Ibanez will take his lead off second. Ruiz 0 for 1. He walked in the second inning. McDougal delivers outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Phillies had homered against Kuroda in the postseason in 2009. We mentioned that in an inning and a third during one game, Phillies got 6 runs on 6 hits against Kuroda. But really, Ryan Howard's home run here is the only success the Phillies have had against him in the regular season. Outside again, 2-0.
Well, he didn't pitch bad. He ended up giving up the home run to Howard, but he pitched pretty tough, even though getting into jams. Was able to get out of it. That ball catching a little bit too much of the plate. Howard very strong, able to get good wood on it.
Ball forward. Ruiz is aboard. The Phillies have 2 on for Wilson Valdez. Second time tonight that Ruiz has worked out a walk. Valdez is 0 for 2. He struck out his first time up, grounded out in the 5th. First strike of the night for McDougal. That's a very telling note right there that Valdez continues to be the leading hitter with runners in scoring position. Finally went to that spot, very similar to the other spots the other times earlier in this inning. And he finally gets a strike. It's 1-2.
Yeah, first inning, however, Valdez arguing on a third call strike. Not arguing, but just showing displeasure, throwing the helmet off and gloves. You know, when you do that to umpires, you got to be swinging if that ball's close.
Well, he was swinging, and he's down on strikes for the second out. 8th strikeout tonight for Dodger pitching. First for McDougal. Tomorrow at 5, Michael Barkett and Phillies top sports writers are talking about the for sale sign on the Sixers with former Sixers coach Jim Lynam. Plus hot topics in football with Mark McMillan and Byron Evans and former tennis champion Billie Jean King. She'll stop by the studio tomorrow. Watch AT&T Presents Daily News Live tomorrow at 5, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Here's Martinez, who tripled his last time up. Ibanez at second, Ruiz at first. 2 outs. Little number to the right of the mound, picked up by McDougal, and the side is retired. 1-3 on the putout. The Phillies do get a run, and the home run by Howard. We go to the 7th. The Phillies on top. It's his first major league triple. The home run drought is over. It's raining extra base hits. Well, the Verizon Wireless game summary. Cole Hamels so far 8 strikeouts over 6 innings. Ryan Howard's 13th home run, the first for the Phillies since the 31st of May, has given the Phillies a 1-0 lead. Only hits for the Dodgers, Andre Ethier and Rod Barajas.
Figure this out to be a pitcher's duel before the game started. Both these guys have pitched well against the other team, and that's what it's been so far here tonight, with a 1 run so far. Not a whole lot of scoring opportunities for either club.
Yeah, Hamels with those 8 strikeouts now has 90 on the year. And a line drive, base hit it to right. That's going to wind up being 2. Dominic Brown gets to it, and Ethier will pull into second. He was actually peeking to see if third base was open. So a leadoff double. 15th of the year for Ethier. It's only his 3rd double in his last 117 at bats.
That's surprising with a guy that swings the way he does, that he wouldn't get more doubles than that. And he was so hot early in the year. Got a little bit down and in fastball there, and he just hammered it towards right field corner.
Matt Kemp's 0 for 2. Inside with a cutter, 1 ball, no strikes to Kemp.
Cole Hamels been so good here tonight. It is stifling out there. You can see all those shots you guys have had. The guys are just perspiration just pouring off them. And you know, his pitch count is manageable here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, this will be the 82nd pitch of the night for him. And it's low.
It's in the middle of the order, though, the heart of the order right now for the Dodgers. And you know, once again, runs are so hard to come by for the Phillies. And you know, he shut out the Dodgers at this point.
I said it's an awful lot like his last outing against the Pirates.
Yeah.
When he went 8 innings, allowed 1 run. Phillies wound up losing that game 2-1.
1 hit.
To right field, that's a base hit. Ethier's heading to third. He's being held there as Dominic Brown gets to it quickly and makes a beautiful throw on 1 hop.
That's the new Matt Kemp, though. No way Matt Kemp would have given himself up before. I don't know whether he tried to do that or not. It looked like it. It looked like he took a pitch and tried to inside out it the other way and get him over. And, you know, you do the job right, sometimes you get more out of it. And he did. He got a base hit out of it. But that looked like a get him over swing. Yeah. You know, and like I say, you can't read a guy's mind, but Dominic Brown gets the ball back in. No chance they're going to try and score Ethier on that because he had to hold up a little bit too.
Well, first and third with nobody out. The Phillies play for 2. And a changeup popped up. Shallow right field. Martinez going back. He's under it, makes the catch. And Ethier, who had gone a quarter of the way down the line, goes back to third. So one king size out for Cole Hamels.
Great job too by Ruiz and Hamels there, because many times when we talk about Uribe does not have any give up in his swing, and he's hacking early in the count.
Well, these lucky fans are tonight's Citizen 7. They will each receive a prize pack courtesy of Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank, with the most 7-day branches in the Philadelphia area. To find a branch near you, visit citizensbank.com.
So what they did not want to do there was give him a first ball fastball to hit, because he's swinging at it.
Marcus Timms 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. They'll take a ground out here into a double play.
Oh yeah, now the double play gets you out of the inning without a run. They were going to give up. They'd go for double play with Uribe up there and give up the tying run for 2 outs. Now they'd like to have one of those ground balls of middle infielders.
He hit one right at Valdez the last time up. Another throw over.
Yeah, Kemp will run. He's stolen 14 out of 17.
See Timms' numbers with runners in scoring position. Inside, 1 ball, no strikes.
Good pitch to crowd him, and then maybe throw a changeup and hope he'll roll it over.
Well, he got him to ground it, but he grounded it foul. He still had him out in front of it. And it's 1-2.
Well, he threw him breaking ball there, the curveball. Now, they've done a couple things when they're going fastball in, fastball away, curveball in. Great time to maybe throw change up away. And, if you make your pitch on him, he could just roll it into that 2 they want.
He's had a good change up tonight. That's an understatement. His pitches have been really good. And now Hamels will step off. Ruiz just asked him to.
I think he made a couple signs, Carlos, as they're going with pumps tonight, but he did give an up sign, like maybe he wanted a fastball up for a strikeout.
Change up, hit foul.
There it was. That was a terrific pitch to throw in that spot. You could see him get out front, and those are the kind you can roll over into 2. But he just got way out in front, hooked his foul.
Again, the Dodgers runners on first and third. There's Ethier. Kemp's over at first. Got him. Change up at 82. And Timms is down swinging for the 9th strikeout in tonight's ball game.
Yeah, or you might get a strikeout with a changeup. That's exactly what he got there. The changeup for a strikeout. What a great pitch. He did a lot of in stuff to him in this at bat, and then got him exposed away, threw the pitch right where he wanted it. Boy, Ruiz and Hamels are doing a great job in this inning with these runners at first and third and nobody out on making calling quality, calling the right pitch, and then making a quality pitch.
You wouldn't normally say Rod Barajas is a tough customer, but he is against the Phillies. 1 for 2 tonight. He has 1 of the 4 hits for Los Angeles.
Yeah, watch a fastball early to him now.
They throw a fastball inside.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
Barajas for his career is a .313 hitter against the Phillies.
Did a changeup his last time up, and a tough at bat, lined it for a base hit. Fastball in, fastball away. Technically, I mean, he has a base open depending on what they want to do here. Jamie Carroll's a pesky hitter, though, the guy on deck. Dunk one. He didn't have to give in there, and he did.
Threw a curveball, and it was a good one. And his curveball, which is no doubt his fourth best pitch, has been really good tonight.
He struck out Barajas on one his first time up, and there it was a perfect example of not having to give in with a base open and not throw a fastball. And you saw the swing that Barajas had. He thought he was going to get a fastball. Runners in scoring position.
Popped him up. Left side. Wilson Valdez says, I got this one. He's under it, and Cole Hamels has worked out of a jam here at the top of the 7th inning. That's some pitching, folks. He allowed the first 2 batters to get aboard with a double and a single, and then got the next 3. To Victorino and Stairs in Game 4 of the 2008 NLCS.
Well, Broxton for Stairs, and I can't remember who. Obviously it was a right-handed pitcher because Victorino hit it to. I mean, he hit it left-handed, and all I can think of is Quo, and I can't remember who it was.
You got to go with Quo?
No, because he hit it off a right-hander.
You got to give an answer, though.
I don't know. Give me a hint.
He was a right-hander.
Of course he was, because he hit it right into the bullpen in right field.
Well, Broxton was correct. You heard the bell. The other pitcher was Corey Wade.
Oh, Corey Wade. Right.
Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize back. Thanks for playing. Dodged up the
fastball changeup. Corey Wade.
He had a couple good years for the Dodgers.
Yeah. Where is he now?
He's still with them. He's not on their list of DL guys. Cole Hamels will lead it off against Matt Guerrier here in the 7th, and Hamels fouls it back. Guerrier 2-3, a 3.26 ERA. Hong-Chi Kuo is starting his rehab assignments for the Dodgers. So is Kensley Jansen. Hamels takes a strike, 0-2.
And what a job he did last inning. And to mention, I want to go give Carlos Ruiz some credit too, because they were really on the same page on what they had to do to wiggle out of that jam. Especially that changeup on the first pitch to Uribe, because he's hacking, and they got a break because he put the ball in play. He could have easily swung and missed at that, but he put it in play and got the weak pop up, and now all of a sudden you're thinking, I may get out of this, and maybe only 1 run too. Turned out they got nothing.
And he's down on strikes, and obviously he'll pitch the 8th as well, and why not? His pitch count is under 100. And he's down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight, and Victorino will get a chance to bat.
And they may have somebody up in the 8th inning when it starts, just in case, because that was a tough jam he just got out of last inning, and that can take something out of a guy.
93 pitches for Hamill so far. Victorino tonight is 0 for 2. He was intentionally walked his last time up.
What do you think about that wild pitch? What were you guys saying?
Well, we were saying that he should have scored, but the ball did come back, and the angle that he may have had from third was that it came back toward Barajas, and he was probably afraid of getting thrown out. But he would. I think he would have scored.
Yeah, and that's a play where you either go right away or you don't. And if you hesitate even a little, it's instinctive as much as anything. And if he goes right away, he scores. But when he hesitated, they did the right thing.
1-1 the count to Victorino.
And it did come off those bricks in a hurry.
Yeah, you see that Coke 0 sign behind the plate. Well, if it hit that sign, he would have been able. Michael Martinez would have been able to score easily. But it hit the brick wall, as Wheels said. It came back a little bit.
Look out, Fanatic. That almost got him. Oh, where'd the ball go? It's in the dugout. Now here's a wild pitch you're talking about, and see, it comes right back off the bricks. But Martinez, if he away, I agree. I think he well, obviously he makes it because he threw it away, but you don't know that.
Victorino tried to check. He did, says Jeff Kellogg.
One slider after another. That's why he pulled that ball into his own dugout.
In the air to right center field. Ethier on the run to the warning track toward the wall. It's off the base of the scoreboard, and it got away from Kemp. Victorino will get to third. He'll be held there. Oh boy, if that had gotten away just a few more feet, Victorino may have been flying right around third. But it is a triple, his 6th of the year.
And a big run sitting out there right now with 1 out and Dominic Brown coming up. Here's a look at it. Another breaking ball, and that one up a little bit, and he nails it into the area out there in right center field. Ethier can't get there, right off the base of the wall, backed up nicely by Matt Kemp, who knows he has a fast runner, and he took one peek, and then he made sure he corralled that baby.
So the infield is in for the Dodgers. Dominic Brown 0 for 3. Hits it hard right at Carroll. He's coming to the plate. The throw offline, and Victorino got his hand in.
Well, 2 things. They went on contact, and Barajas was way up in front of home plate to take that throw and then reach back.
It's an RBI for Dominic Brown. 2-0 Phillies.
He hits it right on the nose. And you're going to go on contact there, the Phillies did, and he's probably going to be out. But watch what happens here. Watch where the catcher is. Shane walking lead, on contact goes. Carroll's throw. Look at this. Well, maybe it took him to the right a little bit.
That's a really good slide.
Well, you read the catcher, and he's off the plate that way, so you come in to the back of home plate. Now, I can't tell whether the throw took him away from home plate or whether he was away from home plate.
I think he was away, but it also took him away.
And Shane does a good job of reading where Rod Barajas is, and then slides at the back of the plate.
So a fielder's choice for Dominic Brown. A run scored for Victorino.
And he gets an RBI on that, and big run. Like that going on contact on that play. You know, you take your chances.
Brown goes. Pitch taken inside. Throw to second on 1 hop. Not in time. Second stolen base for Dominic Brown.
Good jump.
The added part of the dimension of Dominic Brown is that he can run.
Gets a good jump right there and takes one peek in, which he really doesn't have to do. You know, that's a straight steal. But he decided to take one look in just in case and steals it easily.
It's now a base hit by Polanco, and the Phils could probably get an extra run. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
So hard to score runs with 2 outs, and that's why they gambled with a contact play there with a fast run or a third, that if everything goes right, he's out at the plate. But if something a little bit off on the play, a fast runner like Victorino can beat the play. If you hesitate, he's out. One thing he did really well on that, Tom, as we could see on the replay, was we talk all the time about a walking lead. He had a walking lead. His movement was towards home plate when the pitch was thrown and then broke on contact. He executed that perfectly.
The other part of it, too, is that you don't want to run yourself out of an inning, but when you're struggling to score, it's not a bad idea to be overly aggressive.
And like I said, there's 1 out. You make an out there, and now it's a 2 out. You're trying to score a 2 out run, and they're hard to score.
Polanco's throwing out 4-3, Brown to third.
Now here we go. Here's Jamie Carroll's throw. Now does this take Barajas away from the plate? Yes. It did take him out this way, so he really didn't have much chance to block the plate. Now watch the walking lead. See the walking lead? All momentum towards home plate, and then read the catcher's slide and hit the back of the plate with your hand. Good job.
So Carroll was unable to throw Victorino out, and the Phillies with a 2-0 lead, but an extra run over at third. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Howard homered his last time up.
Well, when you're going on contact like that, it puts a lot of pressure on the infielder that he has to field it and get rid of it right away.
Oh, and it's got to be a good throw.
It has to be a good throw, and sometimes you reach in there and you get 3 fingers on it. You don't get a lot on the throw, or you throw it a little bit offline, and that's all it takes. If it's hit right at him, throws home, he's out. It's one of those things. But that's why you use a contact play, because everything has to go right for the defense.
Howard in the air to right field. Ethier has room. It was a sinking liner, and he makes the catch a foot from the track, and the side is retired. The Phillies, though, get an extra run after the triple by Victorino. He scores on the ground out. Take a 2-0 lead into the 8th. New Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. And by Jeep brand, we don't just make SUVs, we make history. Phillies are up 2-0 as we go to the top of the 8th. And another sellout. It includes some Dodger fans, but they don't travel as well as the Philly fans.
Not quite.
J.B. Carroll leads it off here in the 8th against Cole Hamels. And the first pitch is strike.
Carroll and Aaron Miles will come up, and those are the 2 guys that had 5 hits in the first game of the series out of the 1 and 2 holes. Maybe more than that. No, I think it was 5.
Yeah, Miles had 2. Carroll had 3. Carroll did not think that was a strike, but it's 0-2.
Nobody up in the bullpen. Figure Cole Hamels has this inning, and depends on how he does in this inning. What happens with the ninth?
The 0-2 pitch in the air to right field. Dominic Brown had him played perfectly. Time now for the Home Depot defensive plays of the game. This is some pretty good pitching here.
Good pitching. Changeup right there. First pitch to a wild swinger and a rebate pop up, 1 out. Now he really works Timms in, out, throws changeup, gets him, and then gets Rod Barajas on a changeup to end the inning after throwing a real good curveball to him in that sequence.
The Home Depot doing more on defense, and Cole Hamels doing more on the mound tonight, and he's needed to. With the Phil's offense struggling, they scored 2 runs on 5 hits so far, and there's a changeup, and it's 0-1. See Miles' numbers against lefties this year. That was a curve that got away from Hamels. 1-1 to count. Miles as a pinch hitter is 3 for 6. He's played a lot this year.
He's been healthy. He hasn't been healthy for a while. I really thought when he went to the Cubs he was going to be a heck of a player for them, but he was hurt the whole time he was there. Coming up on 100. Look at that ball strike ratio.
Back toward the middle. That'll get into center field, a base hit. That pitch was left up a little bit, that cutter.
Yeah, and you can see he jammed them a little bit, but he didn't get it far enough in.
And James Loney is going to pinch hit for D. Gordon. So Miles will stay in the ball game. Although, you know what, he may not. They may keep Loney at first, move Blake over to third, and move Uribe around. We'll see. So Loney will pinch hit here against the lefty. Now he's hitting .242 overall with 3 home runs and 19 runs batted in.
Well, they're taking a shot right now with a guy they have on the bench who they think has their best shot to tie the game here.
176 against left-handed pitching this year.
They're not going to use Sands either, who's a right-handed hitter, but very inexperienced. And, you know, figuring, you know, he hasn't seen Hamels before. Loney's seen him a lot.
Outside, 1-0. Loney is 3 for 12 lifetime against Cole. Antonio Bastardo just started to throw in the bullpen for the Phillies. Figure Ethier is due up after the on-deck hitter Casey Blake. Three in a row out of the strike zone.
Good at bat by Loney because those pitches are close.
He got the green light, 3-0, and he hits it in the air down the left field line. 2 outs.
Wow. And not a good pitch to swing at either.
No.
See Don Mattingly trusts his guy there, gives him a 3-0 green light, a struggling hitter trying to get a long ball or an extra base hit. And, well, it's a better pitch than you think when you watch it on the replay. He just didn't have a very good swing. Anytime you're a left-handed hitter and you hit a 3-0 fly ball to left field, that's not a good at bat. That has to be a pitch if you make an out, you had to pull it.
So now Hamels needs one more out to get through the 8th.
Yeah,
and he's got Casey Blake in the batter's box.
And this inning, Tom, may have set the stage for probably not going to finish the game because he's in 2 innings in a row with a jam where he's really got to work hard. And that's draining on it, especially on a night like this.
There's a strike, 0-1 to Casey Blake, who's 0 for 3.
Madsen did have the night off last night.
Part of the reason for the Phillies' success after the 7th inning is Matson, Contreras, Bastardo. He rolls over on one toward the hole, picked up by Valdez. Off balance throw off the glove of Howard. That's going to enable Miles to go to third. Ryan's thought was right, was to step off the bag and try to grab that ball because there was no chance to get Blake. But as it turns out, his miss will be an error, I believe, on Valdez.
Right. This ball's hit in no man's land there. Polanco can't get to it. Valdez is the only one who could get to it. As Tom said, the throw is way offline, so a good job by Howard to come off the bag, but then he can't handle it, and they give the error to the shortstop.
Yeah, it was definitely a ball that Ryan could have caught. So it's a base hit, E6 to allow Miles to go to third.
Yeah, and here's your ball game right now. Have to deal with Ethier, one of the really clutch hitters in the league.
Stardo looks like he's playing wiffle ball out there.
Yeah, he knows he's not coming in.
Right.
And if he's not coming in now, he's not coming in.
Yeah, because Kemp is on deck, then Uribe, and then Timms.
But we hope he's not coming in.
Well, a reminder that next Monday is the Phillies Festival, benefiting the ALS Association of Philadelphia. Autograph and photo booths are sold out, but tickets for the live and silent auctions are still available. Don't forget, over 100 silent auction items, including unique memorabilia such as a Harry Kalas autographed football and much more. Call 215-463-1000 or go to Phillies.com/Phillies Festival for more information. With 2 outs, here's Ethier, and he takes off the outside corner. 1-0.
Wow, he threw a good cutter there.
That was a really nice pitch. See the runners lead off. There's a strike. 1-1.
Same thing. Pitching him away early in the count, playing him away.
He doubled his last time up against Hamels. Bill's trying to win it here. The Braves are winning down in Florida 2-0 in the 9th. Derek Lowe had a no-hitter that was broken up in the 7th by Greg Dobbs. He went 6 2/3 for the Braves. Now the back end of their bullpen's in. A changeup, and it was up a little bit, but he still was able to get Ethier to foul it away. 2-2 the count.
Well, he's throwing fastball, changeup, cutters in this at bat. Don't want to go to 3-2. Pitch of the night coming up right now. Ball game.
Crowd on their feet. The 2-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? They appeal. No swing, says Jeff Kellogg.
Curveball. Boy, I don't know how he didn't swing at that. Now they're going to figure out whether they want Howard to hold Blake on. He's a tying run, and they do want him to hold him on.
So Blake will be off on this pitch. Miles leads off third. Another foul ball.
Tough 7th and 8th inning for Hamels. Needs to make one more pitch.
One big pitch. Again, it's 3-2 and 2 outs to Ethier. The runner goes from first. And a grounder right side. Howard picks it up, flips to Hamels, covering in time. It's 3-1 on the putout, and Hamels for a second straight inning works out of a jam against the Dodgers. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left. It's on to the bottom of the 8th. book the Phillie Fanatics Philadelphia story at the Independence Visitor Center on Friday, June 10th at noon. Guests will be treated to a special reading of the book, a drawing lesson with the illustrators, surprise visitors, and much more. Well, some changes for the Dodgers. James Loney, who pinch hit, remains in the ballgame to play first. Aaron Miles, who pinch hit, remains in the ballgame to play second. Jamie Carroll moves from second to shortstop. And the new pitcher is Josh Lindblom. His third ball game. Lindblom pitched in last night's game, and he's the fourth pitcher for the Dodgers in tonight's game. And he'll face Raul Ibanez, Carlos Ruiz. As the Phillies lead it 2-0, Ryan Matson is up and throwing in the pen for the Phillies. So Cole Hamels, a fabulous night. I mean, just really good again and fun to watch. Will give way to the Phillies closer, it seems.
I'll show you what kind of pitcher he is now on a hot night like this, where it's just absolutely strength sapping. He pitched 2 tremendous innings, the 7th and 8th inning, getting out of 2 big time jams.
Ibanez doubled his last time up. He's 1 for 3.
It's really a testament now to Cole. He's just different. He's bigger. He's stronger. He has a better idea of how to compete and not panic when you get into those situations. Doesn't mean you don't get beat, and it doesn't. It happens. But you know what? He has an idea now of what it takes to take a deep breath out there and get people out in key spots. And you can see how he's changed.
If his night is done, he finishes with 9 strikeouts and 6 hits. One ball, 1 strike to count to Ibanez. Fouls that away. Uribe will give it a look, and it's back a few rows. Dodgers are off to Colorado following this game. The Phillies will welcome in the Cubs, who I'm sure are already in the city because they were at Cincinnati today. Don Mattingly's team came into this ball game 5.5 off the pace. Make that 6 because the Giants already won today. On the inside corner, Ibanez thought it was tight, but it's a strikeout, 1 away.
He ran the fastball back and catch the inside corner. Eric Cooper says it did.
Carlos Ruiz 0 for 1. He's walked twice tonight. He did a heck of a job behind the plate with Ryan Matson. And a breaking ball for strike 1. Phillies are trying to win their 37th game of the year with tonight's ball game. They're 11 games over 500. Just talking with Charlie today. Spent some time with him early today. He was out making some ribs and some chicken with Bull at Bull's Barbecue. And he was talking about the offense and the struggles the offense has been having. As Ruiz hits that to short, Jamie Carroll from the hole throws out Carlos. 2 outs. He said, with all of it said, I still feel like we're going to hit, and we're 11 games over 500. He said, so you have to remain positive, realistic. He kept saying that, realistic, but you have to remain positive.
Yeah, and he also knows he has a tremendous ace in the hole, and he has great starting pitching. And even though they're struggling so much trying to score runs, there's always a chance that the starter's going to go out and keep it close enough that even when you're in this run scoring drought that they're in, season long basically, that they can win a lot of games because they don't give up a lot.
2 outs. Valdez the hitter.
When you sit there as a manager and root for a crooked number once in a while.
Fly ball to right. No crooked number here in the bottom of the 8th. Andre Ethier makes the play. Valdez is retired. So the Phillies go down in order here in the 8th. We go to the 9th. Ryan Matson is going to come on to try to close out the Dodgers, and it'll start with Matt Kemp. He joins us to discuss the Flyers' acquisition of Brizgalov. He's the goalie wheels from the Phoenix Coyotes. And Jeffrey Lurie and Joe Banner discuss the state of the NFL and the latest on the lockout. Get all the news Philly fans need to know on Sports Night, presented by Toyota, tonight at 10, only on Comcast Sportsnet.
And I believe his first name is pronounced like a former Phillies manager, Ilya.
I think you're correct. I think you're correct.
I know my hockey.
You do?
No.
No. I've been practicing Brizgalov all day long.
You did well.
Thank you very much.
And they're going to attempt to, they have a period of time to attempt to sign him, correct?
They do. They acquired his rights from the Phoenix Coyotes.
Right, who are surprisingly still in Phoenix and not in Winnipeg. See, I know all this stuff.
Somebody else is in Winnipeg.
We're in Atlanta.
Yeah.
We were in Atlanta when they were
very upset about that.
Very upset that they were losing their team.
Well, we go to the top of the 9th. Hockey talk aside, for at least the moment. Ryan Matson in the ball game. You just saw his numbers. It'll be Matt Kemp, Juan Uribe, Marcus Timms. Those are the scheduled hitters against Ryan Matson. Actually, it'll be a pinch hitter because Timms' spot is the pitcher spot.
Hamels threw 113 pitches.
113 pitches. I'm sorry, no, Timms is in the lineup.
Hey, he's hitting the pitcher. They have the pitcher too.
Right, second. My bad. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Kemp. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Matson has been very good this year, an ERA of 2.08.
And trying to keep that tying run away from home plate. And it's nice to have Matt Kemp up right now where he can't tie the ball game. That extra run, big.
1-1 the count. Low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Matt Kemp tonight is 1 for 3. Struck out his first time up, grounded to shortstop, and then singled his last time up. That was one of 2 jams that Hamels was in and out of. And he did a great job tonight. The 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1.
Adrenaline rush fastball there. 96. He just overthrew it.
At the knees, Kemp thought it was ball 4, and it's 3-2.
They're not put on too big a show.
Now, they had been a little upset with Eric Cooper's strike zone earlier. Nothing major. I think Placido Polanco was more upset with it. That was a strike the first night. Let's take a look high-low.
Close to the knees.
You could see why I kept thought it was ball
Absolutely. Good thing. You're going to get a yell from either side on that one.
3-2 the count.
Depending on what the umpire says. Now he wants time.
To right field. Dominic Brown's over. He's not going to get there. He'll cut it off on one hop, and Kemp is aboard, and the tying run is coming to the plate. So second hit of the night for Kemp. Well, Cole Hamilton tonight retired the Dodgers in order in the second, third, and fourth inning, and then did it again in the sixth. And every time the Phillies retire the opposing team, 1, 2, 3, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by the Xfinity HD Triple Play, your complete lineup for digital TV, lightning fast internet, and home phones.
Same thing here with Uribe. Odds are he'll be hacking early, trying to tie this game.
Uribe's 0 for 3. Takes on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike.
Good pitch. Navarro, the catcher, is in the on-deck circle, a switch hitter.
Back toward the middle. Off the glove, I believe, of Matson. Picked up by Martinez, and the double play. And there are 2 outs here in the ninth.
It did look like it, Tom, what you just said, because it really slowed it up. I think they were going to get to it anyway, but they made it elementary, and luckily it went right to Michael Martinez.
Well, the scoring says 4-3 double play, so maybe it just went under Matson's glove.
Yeah, it looks like it slows up, though.
It hit his glove.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah. It had to because it slowed up so much. And, you know, that thing could have gone anywhere. Phillies night to this point because it went right to the second baseman.
So 1-4-3 on the double play. Martinez in the right place at the right time. Here's Deanna Navarro with 2 outs. And he takes low, 1 ball and no strikes. Ryan Matson trying to convert his 14th save of the year. Yeah, that one went zipping right on by the glove of Ruiz.
Well, you saw the way they got Navarro out the other night, and how they do it. They kept throwing him high fastballs that he kept swinging at. So they threw him another one there and hope he'd swing, but he didn't need a ladder.
On the outside corner, 2-1. Phillies trying to take 2 of 3 from the Dodgers. How about that swing? That pitch just kept coming on inside.
Stay up there with it. You know, there's no reason to throw anything down to him.
Update from Florida. The Marlins have tied up the Braves with 2 outs in the ninth. It's 2-2 in the bottom of the ninth. And the Marlins are still batting. Here, the Phillies lead at 2-0 with 2 outs in the top of the ninth. Trying to maintain at least a 3-game lead in the division, maybe 4.
Oh, that high cheese.
Everybody's standing. The 2-2 pitch. And in the air, foul off to the left and out of play. Went with the high changeup.
Yeah, he didn't mean to throw it high. That's he can hit the high changeup. Probably it's a high fastball that he struggles with.
Matson takes a breath behind the mound. And he wants to do baseball.
He made sure that one didn't get back in the bag. And the umpire's side bags there.
Carlos Ruiz lost a piece of his shin guard, too. That's when you know a pitcher hates a ball.
Yeah, when he throws it in his own dugout. Get it out of here.
Here's the 2-2 pitch again. Checks his swing.
Change up.
3-2.
Well, they really have him set up to go upstairs now because they got his eyes down on the ground on 2 changeup as Barajas waits.
Phillies scored a run in the 6th, one in the 7th, trying to get it to stand up. The pitch again. Line drive, foul out in front of it. And it remains 3-2. That was a four-seam fastball that looked like it was cutting inside. It wasn't a cutter. It looked like it kept on coming inside. Again, the payoff pitch. Popped up. Shallow center field. It's Victorino's call. He's under it. And the Phillies have taken 2 of 3 from the Los Angeles Dodgers. A combined shutout for Cole Hamels and Ryan Matson as the Phillies win it by a final score of 2-0. Well, folks, this was some pretty impressive pitching here tonight at Citizens Bank Park. 8 innings for Cole Hamels. He struck out 9, 6 hits. Ryan Matson converts his 14th save in 14 opportunities. And Ryan Howard hit his first home run since the 30th of May. And the Phillies win it 2-0.
8th shutout of the year for the Phillies.
8 shutouts. Yep.
8 shutouts.
Well, that in its own right tells you how good the Phillies pitching has been this season. Our W.B. Mason delivery of the ball game. The Phillies' first and only home run here in the month of June.
And it was a big one because Kuroda was dealing pretty well. That pitch in a little bit on Ryan Howard. He got just enough of it to get it into the first row out there. It had some top spin on it, and big time home run right there for the Phillies to get that 1-0 lead. Added another one, and then watch Cole Hamels really gut out the 7th and 8th inning in this game. That was our W.B. Mason delivery of the game.
Well, the victory for Cole ties him for the league lead in wins with Roy Halladay, Giovanni Gallardo, and Kevin Correa. He's now 8-2. And as we mentioned, Ryan Matson picked up his 14th save of the season. And the big piece is settled next to the big man, Sarge himself, down on the field.
Hey, guys, thanks a lot. Ryan's been a long time since anyone has hit a home run. That had to feel pretty good for you.
Yeah, I mean, especially after the first couple ABs, and, just trying to kind of find it, and got a fastball in, and just kind of try to unload on it a little bit.
Now, when a power hitter goes through a drought, maybe not seeing the ball well, what do you do to try and get out of it?
See it. Just try to see it. Just try to simplify everything and just try to see the ball and do what I did.
Last ball you hit, that ball gets out of here if you don't have top spin on that ball. So that tells me you're starting to see the ball well.
Yeah, just trying to get back to seeing it. And the last one, unfortunately, had a little top spin, might have knuckled a little bit, but, the swing felt pretty good, and, just trying to build on it.
Thanks for coming on for us. Wills, Tom?
All right, Sarge, thank you very much. The Phillies have taken 2 of 3 from the Dodgers to start this long homestand. They win it tonight by a final of 2-0. It's their 8th shutout of the year.